Dolly from Dolly DeLong Photography and Dolly DeLong Education, and I am here to share one of my most favorite things that's in my shop. It's called, well, I labeled it up here as a business spreadsheet, but it is the bookkeeping template for creatives. Regardless of what time of year you may be watching this, I am creating this in April during tax season, because I know a lot of creatives are just now scrambling, putting their numbers together, doing their taxes, and so this is something hopefully I hope that can help you for next year's taxes or anything this year and beyond. So this has been in my shop for about almost 2 years now, and a lot of creative business owners like it because it keeps everything under one digital roof, and then they can send it off to their accountant, CPA, when tax season comes. So I just wanted to do an overview of what this spreadsheet is all about, just to show you how easy it is to use and how easy it is to get started, even if you're not a numbers person. So this, when you actually get the template, this is the overview, this is the home base, and you will copy this into your own, I guess your Google Docs. It'll be an Excel spreadsheet, but I made it as a template for you. Notice in this key area, this is very important, do not edit the green areas because they have an attached, well, if it lets me click on it, it has an attached, the calculation, there we go, calculation to it. So if you edit this, if like, say I'm not going to do it, but let's say I hit the delete key or edit it inside of it, it would immediately mess up the calculations within these green computed values. So again, make sure you read the information. Don't edit these. However, you can edit the blue boxes. And here it says carryover from 2020 because it's been in my shop for 20 years. I've been using the same spreadsheet for my own business year after year, and so I started selling it in my shop. So let's say you do carry over from, let's say 2022. This year is 2022. So let's say you started using it in 2022, and let's say you had any carryover. If this is confusing, don't worry about this first part, okay? But let's talk about these first three, the after tax, before tax, better, good, better, and best goals. So like, what are your income goals for your business? And so I just started off, like, this is in the template, like if a good year for you would be to earn $10,000 after tax, or $20,000 or $30,000, you can put it there. And this green, excuse me, this blue area is depending upon what your tax bracket is. So according to what you've talked about with your CPA or accountant, what you need to be setting aside per month for taxes for your own business. And so let's make that, I always do 30 just to be safe, but you can actually, remember, you can change anything in the blue. So let's do this, and notice how it changed the numbers. So if I were aiming for $10,000 for the full year, then I would need to make $14,285,000, and then after taxes I would get $10,000. So, and that's only accounting for taxes, okay? And so let's just put in a number. I'm just going to put in a number. So let's say my goal is $20,000. My better goal, profit goal, is $40,000, and then my shoot for the stars, best profit goal, let's say $80,000. So see, it automatically calculates, okay, this is what I'll need to make for my good profit goal, better profit goal, and best profit goal. So that way you are tracking. So how does this come into play with this spreadsheet? So anytime you get paid or have an expense taken out, you'll be keeping track, because remember, this is like a bookkeeping template for you, just in case you don't have your own bookkeeper within your business. You're keeping track of your books. Especially this has been good for a lot of business owners who are still DIYing a lot of their business. They're not yet at hiring out a bookkeeper yet, so this is why I created this. So this is what this top portion means. You don't have to worry about like filling this in, because this will let you know throughout the year if you're on track for your good, better, or best goal. And so as you input your income in every single month, it will let you know like where you're landing. All right. So let's put in for your income types. That means, where are your different services? Where are your different streams of revenue coming in? So you might be a business owner, but let's say you have 5 different services. So you would put those income types in here. And so I'm just going to delete these. So I have given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different income type categories. And again, these are attached to this income year to date column, and it is a sum, a calculation. So please don't change it, otherwise it'll mess the whole thing up. So don't change this area at all. So let's say you only have 5 different sources of income. You have a digital product shop, you do branding photography, you do maternity photography, you do newborn photography, and then you do family photography, and then you do one-to-one mentoring. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 different streams of income. And so this way you get to measure throughout the year where the majority of your income is coming from. It's not based on feelings anymore. It's based on data. It's based on like, okay, I'm seeing where all my money is coming from. And notice how it, year-to-date income by type, it put in all your different streams of income, which is really cool. So this is what the income type categories mean. Once you set that up, it's automated in every single tab of this Excel spreadsheet. So as you input your income and you designate what type it is, it will like populate in here. Like it'll add each month's up in here, depending upon what category it was. And then let's talk about expenses. So you have expenses in your business. Everybody has expenses in your business. So there are up to 8 different expense categories. If you are needing to add more cells, again, I've only done up to 8 different categories. So you'll have to manually figure out how to do this spreadsheet. I can't even talk right now. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep it real as possible, okay? I'm sure somebody will make fun of me. But I highly recommend you try to keep your different expense types to 8 different categories or less, okay? So and again, I want to remind you, because I've had a lot of students do purchase this spreadsheet. They loved it, but then there was a lot of confusion as to what to do in this. They were adding so many different expense types. They were adding different expense types that could have been categorized as one type of expense. They were changing everything here. Don't add or subtract anything here. That will mess with the formula. There we go, the formulas. So let's say overhead expenses. Let's say you have client gifts, outsourcing, rent, utilities, food, travel, continued education or office supplies, maybe. Office supplies. Okay, so just determine like what your expense types, and hopefully you know the numbers, like what it takes to run your business, or hopefully after doing like tracking your numbers month after month with this, you're gonna see where all your money is going, because I want you to actually put a name to your dollars and know exactly where every single dollar is going. So let's click on January. Let's say it's January. And so in the left-hand column is your income, and over here is your expense, and 30% for taxes, because you had said you want to set aside 30. So this is all a formula, all right? So don't mess with these different cells in the green, all right? So let's say your income, you had a branding client, you name it, and the Smith group, okay? And if you want to, you can like fix the cells if you want, make it larger. Say it was January 9th, 2022, and the amount they paid you, and then the type is branding photography. Okay, so if you're curious, okay, well, did it auto-populate here? Overview. Look at that. And so it's already showing you where your year-to-date income is coming in. It's letting you know. It's letting you know the profit that you've made after taxes. Notice you haven't put any expenses down yet. But let's say your expenses. So like you had lunch with branding session, the Smith group. I'm making this all up, okay? You can either make that bigger, or you can do a wraparound. And it was January 9th, 2022. You went out and you spent $18, all right? So the type would be food. And it automatically takes out $4,500 minus 18. This is your profit. And so remember, profit is like that you get taxed off of your profit. And so this is how much you're going to set aside for taxes for the month, and this is how much your profit will be after taxes. So ideally, you're going to sit down at least once a week or once a month and like go through your income and expenses line by line, and it will let you know your total income for that month, your total expenses, your profit, and it'll give you a whole overview. And I wanted to show you just like, I like filled out an example for you so that you will see like why this is really important to track. So I want to show you. Okay, so this is from over a year ago. I had put in all of my income from January of 2021, and then I put in my expenses. And do you notice how, like, this was very eye-opening for me. I was spending, that month, I spent $1,942, and so the profit was $862. I had to transfer 30% of that, and so this is how much I was able to pay myself, even though technically my total income was $2,800 that month. So it was very, very eye-opening for me to see where all my money was actually going and how I was spending it, how I needed to condense my spending, were certain subscriptions necessary, and so on and so forth. Did I need to raise my prices? Like, what was working, what was not working? And I've been doing this every month for 2 years now. And so, again, this is an example from almost a year and a half ago. So I wanted to show you an overview. After a full year of doing this, I saw that I was getting the majority of my money from family photography. And because I had put so much stock in like, oh, I'm going to do more weddings. I barely made any money with weddings. I'm going to do more Pinterest VIP days, because at the time I was teaching others how to use Pinterest. I was not hired to do Pinterest, but I was slowly getting more into systems education with Dubsado. So that's when I started. Now I teach full-on Dubsado VIP days, so this is now reflective more, but I wanted to show you, like, this was a very eye-opening and humbling experience for me, to see just like where all of my money was going. I was overspending by so much, and I needed to really like assess like what my money makers were, and also like where my money was going. And it just gave me like more like peace of mind knowing where all my money was going. And also it also was very impressive for my accountant to see, just like, oh, this is all organized. It was easy to hand off to her. So when she did my taxes for me come tax time, it was just easy for her to file my taxes for me and to work alongside me and to see like exactly where everything was going. So I hope that helps answer some questions about this spreadsheet and template. You can find it in my shop. The link is in the show notes of this video, and it's also attached to, if you're watching this on a different device, then there is a link for you. But I just wanted to share this process with you and let you know that you can track the numbers behind your business, even if you are not a numbers person, even if, you know, like thinking about numbers and math stresses you out. You really do need to just like see where all the numbers, where every single dollar is going for your business, so you actually can profit over time, and you'll know like, again, where all your money is going, where all your hard-earned money is going. So I hope this was a helpful explanation, and let me know, let me know how it's helped you. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from this in the last year and a half of it being in my shop. So, and I hope it helps you develop a system for the numbers behind your business, and you can use it alongside your accountant, and it could just like help you file your taxes more easily. And anyways, I hope you have a good day. Bye.